Hey everyone, Ilia here. Just want to thank you for all the support that you guys have been.
Alexandra Trusova told who skating for men at the World Championship she liked the most. Ilia Malinin. I won't comment on the points. I don't know how marks are given. I didn't understand if there were twists that they put. He fought for all the jumps. In the first half his body went forward on the jumps, but he did not fall. He pulled out all the jumps. When you pull out jumps, it takes strength. But in the second half he did more quads, a sequence with a triple axel. I thought there would be a double axel, but when he did a triple, said the figure skater on Akko. 18-year-old American Ilia Malinin continues the quad jump revolution. But it seems that figure skating is not ready for it. At the World Championships in Saitama, Ilia performed 6 quads in a free program. One of them is unique and subject only to him, and remained only with bronze. Let's figure out why it happened. 1. After the short program, Ilia kept second after Shomuno. It was not possible to break away due to the content. Both of them performed 2 quads without errors. And the stock of the Japanese in the components gave a lead of 4 points. However, before the free program, this is not so much. In addition, Malinin nevertheless completed the minimum task. This season he often plucked a short one, and then paved the way to the podium with quadruples. Not a particularly difficult task for someone who calls himself the god of quads, but Ilia made it easier to prepare for the second day of the World Championship. 2. It's even scary to look at the application in the free program. 6 quads, the first crown axel. Malinin is the only figure skater in history to whom this jump purely obeyed. Even the great Yuzuru Hanyu left the sport without fulfilling the cherished element. But Malinin has a quad axel at almost every start. For the World Cup, he extremely complicated the content, and it's not even about 6 quads. Nathan Chen gave this back at the 2018 Olympics. The quadruple lutz returned to the program due to the consequences of the injury. Ilia did not take it until the January US Championship. Even a combination without quads is a sequence of the most expensive triples. Lutz and axel. Well, in total, Malinin jumped 8 quads during the tournament. One of them is an axel, and he never fell. But no one has been able to do this. 3. Historical rental began with the quadruple axel. Ilia confidently entered the jump, slightly packed on landing, but got pluses on the go scale. Although the opinions of the judges were divided here. One of them put +3, the other -1, but the majority neutral 0. But just look at the height, 0.84 meters, thanks to the Japanese broadcasts for the graphics. Then a slight decline followed. A step out on a flip and a blurry landing on a lutz. Both jumps with under rotations in a quarter. Instead of the base 22.5 points, only 14.49. For comparison, for one perfect quad flip, Uno got 15.24. The under rotation also got out on the second quadruple lutz. The Ilia cascade caused questions from the judges. 4. Errors on 3 jump elements out of 7 explain the low amount of bonuses, only 0.42 points. For understanding, Go brought Shoma 15.5 points, Cha Ying-hwan, who took silver, 2025. Of course, Malinin did not lose as much in technique as Atari Tudebert's student Daniel Grassel. He missed 12 points, and the protocol is full of minuses. But if Ilia relies on technique, then he should create more groundwork with it than a couple of points. Otherwise, why so many quadruples? 5. It can be seen that Malinin is working on the rest of the elements. The track to the 4th level, only 1 rotation to the 3rd, the rest to the maximum. Yes, and the presentation has become a little better. Although she is still missing. Ilia often forgets about the ligaments, too obsessed with jumping. His performance was somewhat reminiscent of Alexandra Trusova's performance at the 2022 Olympics. The winning performance did not look so bright when Sasha went to jump with an overly focused look. Malinin's free skate components have grown by 4 points since the December Grand Prix final. This was not enough for a tighter rivalry at the World Championship. Ilia has only 11 components for the rental. Above not only 8 skaters from the top 10, but also Denis Vasiliev, who took 13th place, and Keegan Messing, 11th final place. What can we talk about if in the free program Malinin beat Jason Brown by only 219 points? Yes, the one who does not jump quads at all. Brown has the best components, almost 15 points more than Ilia. And Malinin is already drawing conclusions. It's not always worth the risk. Sometimes the risk is not worth taking. Sometimes it's smarter not to play big, but to bet on clean skates with less content. Yes, I am proud of the points I got today for the quad axel thanks to the judges, it means a lot to me. But yes, in hindsight, maybe all that risk was not worth it. And obviously I have to work on the second estimate. The problem is that after difficult jumps, it's not very easy to immediately switch to working with the viewer. Yes, I love to jump, but next year I want to focus on the second assessment, on working with the audience. 6. Against the background of Malinin, who is far from a balance between complexity and presentation, Yuno's victory looks natural. Shoma went for 5 quads. He did 3 of them with under rotations. There was also a butterfly on a triple sheepskin coat, but due to good allowances and a high second mark, the Japanese beat even those who were perfect on jumps. For Uno, this is the second World Championship gold in a row. A year ago, he won the post-Olympic tournament in Montpellier, then went through the season as the main star of the men's singles. And now there is a victory on home ice. Alexandra Trusova told what Ilia Malinin lacked to win the World Championship. A Malinin still not enough quads to win. We remember Sasha Trusova at the Olympics. Here is your answer. Still, you need not just to run between the elements, but also to control your body. But it's all within reach. I once considered Nathan Chen absolutely wooden at the beginning of his career. He just jumped and waved his arms. Then in 2 seasons he turned into just a divine skater. That's all. The main thing is to work, said the honored coach of Russia.